My name is Maureen Kennedy, and I was president of the Irish American Home Society from 2013 to 2017. I am second generation Irish American, with my grandparents hailing from both counties Galway and Offaly. My grandfather was a founder of the Offaly GAA teams in New York City for both hurling and football, playing out of Gaelic Park in the Bronx. I became a member of the Irish American Home Society here in 2002. I was actually sponsored by past President Rich Christ. He sponsored myself and my brother, who worked alongside him in the Carpenters Union. I really began volunteering right away. I became a member, as I said, in 2002, and I think I volunteered the first time at the festival right after that. And at the invitation of Rich Christ and Tommy O'Donnell, he was chairman of the board at the time, I just started showing up for different events and being asked to participate and help. And in 2004, I began my official duties down here. I became treasurer. I was treasurer of the club from 2004 through 2010, so for 6 years, under 3 presidents. And then I was vice president from 2011 to 2013. I served 2 terms there. And then in 2013, I became president. I began my official duties here at the club in the role of treasurer, and it was kind of a natural fit because I was a banker and they were in need of a treasurer. And so that began that part of volunteering here. And then kind of a natural thing to go to vice president. And then to president. I mean, I think that as a society, we kind of want people who bring some of that knowledge and experience to the role, of president. I mean, it's not necessary, but it is kind of a nice natural fit. So there's so many memories and happy times as I look back over the years of being a member and volunteering in various capacities. But I think the thing that is most important to me are the friendships that I have made over these 20 years, many of them lasting exactly or enduring over that 20-year period, and that is what is most meaningful and most important to me. Some of the pros of being president were all the people that worked alongside me, because one of the first things you find out when you become president is that you cannot do this job alone. I mean, it really takes a village of people, and I was so fortunate to have so many members who were willing to give of their time and talents to the club, and did so very selflessly and willingly. So that was one of the most wonderful pros about being president. Cons, there weren't a lot. One of the biggest issues that arose during my presidency was kind of towards like the mid to the end, when we faced some serious issues with our plumbing infrastructure down here at the club, in the pub. So basically the entire line of pipes collapsed from the back, men's and ladies' room back there, all the way to the front of the building where it exits and goes out to the street. So we had some decisions to make. We made some minor repairs that gave us the time to actually plan for what had to happen. And what had to happen was we had to dig up all of the piping down here, which meant that the bar had to come down, and we had to go into the office. So that took planning for, rescheduling and changing events that happened down here. We actually closed the day after the Fesh in 2017, and we remained closed throughout these summer months, and opened back up in time for the All-Ireland games in September. The good thing about the repairs that needed to be done was that the club that everyone enjoys now was the result of it. We were able to expand the pub, so that's nice for members to be able to be in the bar area and look through to see the fireplace. And we were able to get the back bathrooms renovated, especially because of Stephen Miskell, who really took the lead in that project and gave us so much of his time and talent. And even he donated all the tile that's in those back bathrooms when we did the renovation. So we're very blessed to have Stephen and so many members that came down and pitched in wherever they could to do demolition, to repaint the place, to clean all the furniture and put the furniture together that we had to purchase to replace old chairs and things. You know, it was a major undertaking. We did it on a very limited budget, but now we've got this beautiful pub for people to enjoy for generations to come. There were so many events that we held and so many opportunities that I got to have both inside and outside of the club. In 2013, we started the Lights of Love, which is our welcome the day after Thanksgiving. We welcome in the Christmas season, and that is now a new tradition down here that I hope will endure for years to come. We were able to host Leo, Maureen, and Anthony Thistlethwaite of the Saw Doctors. We had 4 sellout concerts here during my time as president. As president, I was invited by Quinnipiac University to attend the opening of the Lady Sligo exhibit at the Great Hunger Museum, and I had the opportunity to meet with Ann Anderson, who was the Irish ambassador to the United States at the time. So that was very exciting to have our club included in events such as that. I also was invited to meet and speak with representatives from Aer Lingus when Aer Lingus was deciding whether or not to begin operations here in Hartford. I had the opportunity to meet with Stephen Cavanaugh, who was the CEO of Aer Lingus. And at one point, the CEO, Kevin Dillon of the Connecticut Airport Authority, asked to come down and speak at a meeting at our club because it was important to him and to Aer Lingus that they get the Irish community in central Connecticut on their side for the travel and leisure part of what Aer Lingus does, not just for the businesses, which of course is an important thing for them. So I thought that was wonderful that they valued the opinion of our membership in whether they were going to be operating out of Hartford. That was a major thing. We also hosted an Irish film festival here in 2016. It was a weekend-long event. But the highlight of that event was we hosted Breonna McDermott, who was the professor of Irish Studies at Notre Dame University, and she was the author of a book, The 1916 Irish Rising. And she came here and gave us the ability to have a screening of the documentary that was seen globally and narrated by Liam Neeson. We were able to have that viewed here at the club for our members, and we had a great event, a nice reception, and the ability for our members to actually ask questions of her about her book, about the documentary. And we were only one of, I believe it was 6 organizations across the United States that were selected for this event to occur. So that was a huge thing for us as a club. I really don't think that my legacy is for me to determine. But what I would like people to know is during my tenure as president, and actually in most of what I did over the years at the club, I focused on 3 primary things. One was our past, one was our present, and the last was our future. I think it's important for any organization, but especially for ours, to honor the work that was done here by the people who came before us, and to learn from their experiences. And I was able also to learn so much from our past presidents. And I think as you're making decisions in the role of president, or any role that you have down here, you have to remember that the things that we're doing in the present are going to impact a lot for our future. So I think if you keep your eye on those 3 things, you can never go wrong. I do celebrate my Irish heritage. It's pretty much in every part of everything that I do. I'm fortunate enough to have a huge family, not just here in the United States, but also in Ireland and New Zealand and in Australia. So we are spread across the globe. And fortunate enough to be able to get together and see each other and celebrate our culture. But I continue to do that, if not down here,
Even locally.
other places as well. Yeah. We also held a day-long commemoration of the 1916 Easter Rising here at the club. We held a mass. We held a ceremony out in front at our flagpole. We had a beautiful luncheon down here. But the day was capped by a wonderful ceilidh that John Droney threw upstairs. And it was part of a worldwide ceilidh that was going on April the 17th of 2016. We had a poster of that commemoration that was given to any organization that wanted to participate. And so we did, and John did a great job, and they had a wonderful ceilidh band up there. And the GAA also participated in that day by holding several matches on our pitch. So if I have to think back about things that made me laugh during my presidency, one was always the kids. And some of them just brought such joy to me, especially one of our little friends, Colin Tracy, who pulled a dead Christmas tree out of the berm across the field on St. Patrick's Day because he thought it was important for us to see. Or the time little Jack got his boots stuck in the hill when it collapsed. That wasn't funny, he almost fell in, but it's a lot to be proud of. But you know what, as I said, it takes a village, and without the commitment of members to come down and participate and do the hard work, if we don't have that, we're not going to survive, no matter how flush we are with money. Without the involvement of our members, we just won't survive.